Wakefield Trinity 13, Castleford Tigers 12. What a brilliant way to start Rivals Round 2025. If ever there was a game of two halves, this one was it. Of course, the Castleford Tigers go into a brilliant hunting ground, 9 consecutive wins at Wakefield Trinity. That's what they had going into this. They were going for the 10th. Not since 2013 had Wakefield won on home soil against the Castleford Tigers. And it started so well for the Tigers, didn't it? I mean, talk about Texoy's feet. I mean, a chiropodist would be happy to work on them, let's be fair. Wonderful. You know, the ball gets punted down, Texoy collects it, goes on a little darting run, carves through the Wakefield Trinity line. Dare I say, he carved through it like a nice roasted leg of lamb for Easter, wasn't it? It was a wonderful run from Texoy, and there on his outside is Jason Gary. That's right, it's not just Herman who has a double name, it's Gary's time to shine once again in Super League, and off he went. There was no catching him. A clean pair of heels from Mr. Jason Gary, and in they go for try number 1. And then, of course, not long after that, in they go for a second try. This time, Sam Wood, a beautiful kick from Rowan Mills right over the top. I mean, on a week where Rory McIlroy wins a green jacket, it was a lovely pitching wedge, wasn't it, from Rowan Mills. In goes Woody again, a missed kick from Mills. It's now 8 points to 0. And then off goes Gary again. Brilliant work between Milne and Gary this time. I mean, we've seen that type of skill from Wigan time and time again. This time it was to Tigers. Tigers 12-0. I mean, you've got to say, had they converted the kicks, if they'd have gone in at half-time 18-0 up, I think that would have been far too high a mountain to climb for Wakefield Trinity, but they didn't. And then back come Trin in the second half. Harvey Smith going in for what was a really well-taken try from dummy half. Very impressed with his efforts in the second half. That was followed up, of course, by Max Jowett. The difference, of course, being that they converted their kicks to tie it up at 12 apiece. Jowett back, of course. Many people surprised that Josh Raw, was, jettisoned so easily by the returning Max Jowett, but this is why Jowett's got to play. He was their best player last season in the Championship. He deserves the recognition and credit that he gets there at Trin, and in he comes, and well, again, just a typical Max Jowett try to level it up. And then, of course, it was all about, well, who was going to sink the drop goal, and it had to be, didn't it, Mason Leno. I thought he was very, very fortunate indeed to get the man of the match call. I have to say that. Yes, okay, he got an assist, he did the drop goal, but there was so many other players that I would have given it to. Hey up, spoiler alert, he's not getting me 3 points on that one, is it? I mean, it was a really, like I say, game of two halves. I mean, Castleford bossed that first period. They should have won this game. Danny Maguire's got to be filthy. He has to be filthy. He knows it was a much improved. I would actually say that's the best 40 minutes of rugby league we have seen from the Castleford Tigers this season. Of course, with Tom Amone now back as well for next week. That's boding well, isn't it? Of course, Desiree and also Salabio making their debuts for Castleford Tigers. It's looking a bit more hefty, isn't it, in the pack? Let's hope for better days for the Tigers going forward. There's something to build on there without doubt, but very similar to Huddersfield Hull FC earlier in the season. How did Hull FC win that? This very, very similar. Wakefield Trinity know they dodged a bullet. Yes, they've got the first win of the season. They're in that clutch of teams now on 8 points. I mean, 8 points from a possible 16 from Darryl Powell. He said at full time he'd have took that all day long, Darryl. You'd have took that, and rightly so. Bottom line is, Casper played really well in this one. They had 32 completed sets to 28. The meters, they went the way of ball run meters went the way of Wakefield Trinity. 1,783 played 1,478 to them. All in all, I just think, you look at the error count, 14 to Wakey, 9 to Casper. It's the missed tackles. Missed tackles kills you. It absolutely kills you. 31 missed tackles in this game, and they were pretty much right around the park. The worst offender was Liam Horn with 6. But, there's a lot of players that missed quite a lot of tackles, especially in the second half for the Castleford Tigers. And, of course, Wakefield Trinity ran home very, very well indeed. Let's talk about some players that have missed out in terms of some of my points this week. I thought, yet again, Mike McMeekin had a solid performance. 52 tackles indeed. Didn't miss one. Phenomenal performance that from McMeekin. 115 metres from 12 carries and 4 tackle bust in the game. Mike, very unfortunate not to be involved in 3-2-1, but like I said, very much deserving of a shout out. As to Oliver Pratt, I thought Pratt had a good game, 17 carries, 133 metres, 3 tackle busts from him as well. I thought Tom Johnstone, also very good out of backfield for Wakefield Trinity in this game, 198 metres from him, from 19 carries, 6 tackle busts as well for Tom Johnstone. He had a good game for Wakefield Trinity. So like I say, just to name a couple of the players there, I thought Sam Wood had a good game. game for Castleford Tigers. Of course, he scored his try, but also 120 metres from 17 carries from Sam. He got a couple of tackle busts in there as well. He's looking like he's getting back into some sort of form. Obviously, not long since he's come back from his injury, so he'll be pleased with that. For Tex Hoy, again, very easy on the eye. That first try with Gary, it's all about Tex Hoy. Some wonderful movement from Tex. Outstanding effort from him. I thought Cine was decent as well in centre. I've got to give him his due. Also, a bit of a shame that Nicotimo left the field. I mean, he's only just come back, hasn't he, Seth Nicotimo? It'd be such a shame if he's going to be out now. Of course, seems to have picked up a shoulder injury. We'll keep a close eye on that in time for weekly this week. But like I say, it was two teams that not an awful lot between them. I think Wakey looked like a side that knew that history weighed on the shoulders. This was a derby that they had to go and win. They needed to get the monkey off the back in terms of not winning at home as well. There was a lot going on there for the Trin, but they got the job done. They didn't go away. They didn't let the heads fall after that first half performance. Castleford faded. Wakey came strong at the end, and they took the 2 points. But like I say, if you're a Castleford Tigers fan, you can be very happy indeed with your team's efforts in this one. Right, let's get into the 3-2-1. 1 point I'm going to give to Harvey Smith, and I'm doing it to Harvey Smith because he got the ball rolling for Wakefield Trinity. I thought he was really good when he came on. Real solid player. Very busy around the ruck. I really liked him. I thought he had some, not many moments, but he put them on the front foot. He did things that perhaps was missing in the first half, and it really set the platform for Wakey to build on. So I'm going to give Harvey Smith a point. I'm going to give 2 points to Jason Gary. 2 tries. You could argue one was just about pure speed. The other one, of course, was about the Roman Mill execution. But we've got to remember, this is a player, first game of the season, and let's be fair, he scored 2 tries that on any other weekend might have actually been the difference between these two sides. I thought Jason Gary across the park played very well indeed throughout the night and fully deserved 2 points. The 3 points I'm going to give to Fertilli. I thought him in the second half of Wakefield Trinity. I mean, people have said, where's Mason Leno? Look, Leno got an assist. He got the drop goal. I get that. I've already mentioned that. But quite frankly, yes, okay, man of the match, he scored the winning point. I get that. But you've got to look at what's got you into that position. We say that all the time here on Super League Raw. And one of the key players in the second half for Wakefield Trinity that got them back into that position to actually kick that drop goal and to win the game was Fertilli. I thought he was absolutely superb. 22 carries, 22 tackles, not a single missed tackle from him. 4 tackle balls. I mean, very Brad Fash-esque. You can't miss him, can you? And, go back and watch the second half. He really did terrorise the Castleford Tigers. Great post-contact meters from him. 15 carries, 115 metres from him. He really was solid in that second half. We'll always give forwards the due when they are doing things on the field that changes games. And I thought his runs in the second half changed the momentum. Smith's try and Fertilli throughout the second half, absolutely different class. Well done to them. Do you agree with that 3-2-1? What did you make of this? I thought it was a brilliant spectacle for the neutral. What a way to kick off Rivals Round 2025. What a derby. And of course, they're going back up against each other. Magic weekend, if it's as good as this, every neutral in St James's Park will be very happy indeed. We will be back with more in the sheds very shortly. Bye for now.